Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing out there?
Good afternoon.
I get into our opening and I'm just like, yeah, that's so kick-ass.
Naming all the films.
Trying to, yeah. At least and even Lord of the Rings is in there, and I know Lord of the Rings is in there because reasons. I don't know if you'll need the snortometer running, Darth Haster. I mean, there's nothing that funny. I mean,
not today.
Not today. I mean, it's just kind of, so I guess we should say good morning. Good morning. Ha ha. Good afternoon to everybody who joined us, huh?
Absolutely.
Okay, let me scroll back up here to the top of my page since it decided to jump on me. And Pat S was first. It says thirst, but Pat S was first. What's his face, McWhatnot? I hope you got back into the chat. Hello, Mark the infinitely tired. How tired are you, buddy? Because it sounds like you partied last night, or at least tried to. How you doing?
Sounds like you had fun, Mark.
Sounds like you had a good time. Dave Bob is here. Hey, Dave Bob. He's back. He's back from his vacation. Hope you had a good time, boss. Let's see who else is joining us. Did I say Darth Haster? Yeah, I did, but good afternoon, Darth Haster. Let's see. Who else is joining us, hon?
We've got Conan P. Smith. Good to see you. Let me scroll down. We have got JPRPH1. Good to see you. Welcome.
Oh,
Lady Mist. Hello, lovely. Project Storytime. Good to see you. Jim the Viking. Good evening.
no. Hey, Jim.
Generalissimo Jefe. Good to see you. Good afternoon. We've got Darahim63, welcome, good to see you. Wendy Vega, hello, lovely, good to see you, hon.
Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, no, you're not a drag for not watching the Snyder Cut. It's fine.
It's okay.
We're not going to talk about it, so.
No, we've done that.
I think it's been talked to death over the last 72 hours. It's just like everybody's had enough of it and kind of just like, I'm on quarter of a tank with a massive headache. Sam Joe in purple.
Ooh.
Oh, honey.
What did you do?
What have you done? Oh, dear.
Whatever it was, I hope it was fun.
Yeah, I hope you had a good time. And Pat S wants to bitch about the bank scene. We'll get there.
Yes. I was like, I have a problem with this scene.
Same. Hey, Louise Sparrow. She's in under the wire. How are you, girlfriend? Good to see
Louise. Good evening, honey. Good to see you. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
The MCU has dropped. And this was the one out of all of them that have been announced that we were the most sketchy about.
Yeah. I wasn't sure what we were going to do with this because, you know, we were talking in the green room. It's like, don't really care about Falcon and what we've seen of Bucky. We've already seen of Bucky.
Plus, it does just seem like a very odd combination. I think it's been mentioned. I think Mark mentioned that it's got that kind of buddy cop.
Buddy cop, yeah. But Mark and Dave Bob both said the same thing.
Yeah, going towards it. I don't know. I like the characters, but I only like them in the MCU. I have no real attached attachment to either
Yeah.
of them. You know, I like Falcon. He's great. I liked Bucky, but at least in this episode, we haven't seen them play off each other, which I think is
No.
going to be the big kind of tell for how well the
Yeah.
series is going to go.
Yeah. I think that's what the goal is anyway, is to get them together, because Bucky's, and I mean, when he was in the psychiatrist's office, you know, you've been ignoring all the texts from Sam. And I'm like, these two used to hate each other. If you remember from Age of Ultron. Or was it Civil War?
Civil War, yeah.
I'm like, all I remember is that scene in the Volkswagen. Can you move your seat up? No.
They do have chemistry together when they're on screen, so it's not that they can't play off each other. But I will be curious to see, obviously, when they do come together, how well they work.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Colin. For a buddy show, it'd be nice when they eventually actually meet.
Yeah, when they have actually become buddies and get on the show together. That'd be great.
I mean, there's what, 6 episodes?
I think so.
Yeah, so again, they're going to have to progress the plot forward at a decent pace if they're going to tell a coherent story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with Wendy Vega, though. I do love Bucky.
Same, yeah.
And even Josh said something, I didn't care about the Falcon. The Winter Soldier stuff is interesting. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I didn't really care about that.
I think that's going to split a lot of people. You're either going to like Bucky's story and how he progresses, or you're going to like Falcon's and how he progresses, unless they've done really, really well together. Having said that, considering that this episode was, what, about 50 minutes long?
Give or take a minute, yeah.
It progressed well. It didn't drag at any point. That was,
no.
You know, the pacing was really good.
Yeah, the pace, it went by fast. It didn't feel like it was almost an hour.
And I'm guessing,
thank God for that.
I'm guessing they're all going to be the same length, I would imagine. If there's only 6 episodes, they've got a lot to cram in. They're not going to be able to do this, you know, opening one long episode and then down to like half an hour.
Half an hour, yeah. I don't think they could pull that off. It's got to be at least at the 47 minute, 47 to an hour each episode. And Wendy Vega, how old is he now? 100 and what? 6?
106, yeah.
That's what he said. I want to know why Generalissimo Jefe is talking about 8-foot privacy fences for the win. So,
cool.
Okay. God only knows what these crazy people are talking about in the chat. And Mark wanted to know, when did Don Cheadle get his mobility back without the suit? He has... Tony made him legs. He made him a cage, like braces. Essentially. Braces, yeah, to walk in. I think... that was at the end of Age of Ultron, wasn't it? Age of Ultron is stuck in my brain. Whenever... Yeah, it was, because it was between Falcon and Tony. And War Machine got shot out of the sky. I'm pretty sure it was then. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I've got Age of Ultron on the brain for some strange reason. Everything... I don't know why, because it was Civil War where we finally got to see Bucky again. Where we really got to see him again. So... Oh, Jedi Bill. Hey, Jedi Bill. What's going on?
So good to see you, honey. So, shall we kind of just recap the episode? Because we watched it pretty much about an hour and a half ago, didn't we?
Yeah. Okay, Mark said it was Civil War. Thank you, sweetie. I get those two mixed up for on Wendy Vega, too. Yeah, it was Civil War. Thanks, you guys. My brain is a little fried. I was out late last night, so had a show to do.
Nice.
So I'm a little cooked, but and my allergies are kicking my hiney. Oh my God. So, okay, the opening scene with Sam and him ironing his shirt. I said to Generalissimo Hefe, I'm like, is he going to a funeral? It kind of felt like he was going to Cap's funeral or something like that. You know, the way he was looking at
Very somber. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very somber. But I did like the opening fight scene.
Mm-hmm.
That was kick-ass. Cinematography, mwah, chef's kiss with that. It was brilliant. Hey, Cardinal Sin, good to see you.
Hey, Cardinal Sin, welcome. Good afternoon.
Mark said his brain is fried too. Amazingly, he drank so much beer. It fired the synapses off better. Isn't it weird the way that works? Yeah, Generalissimo Jefe for sure. He watched it with me. He said it didn't cheap out on the CGI budget, that's for sure. Yeah, they really kicked ass with the scene. Yes, the scene with Falcon. Battle him.
Yes, yeah. Not obviously the whether in the museum opening up this kind of memorial to Captain America, but no, the actual where we get to the action. And it was a long scene, you know, this chasing
It was.
With the planes and then the helicopters, and as you say, the CGI. It was impressive, you know, again, a big budget production for the MCU.
Yeah. I thought, did they take some money away from WandaVision? At the end of WandaVision when it did so shitty. But honestly, the CGI was good in both series.
Mm-hmm.
But that scene with Falcon was really that was pretty cool. I got into it.
It was, yeah. And again, it just proves that the whole idea of him kind of taking on the mantle of Captain America is a little bit silly because he is a hero in his own right. You know, he is Falcon.
Yeah. He's a superhero, just not a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have superpowers. Kind of like Bucky does and Captain America did. And Colin P. Smith, yeah, is Steve Rogers actually dead, or are they just referring to him time jumping back and taking the long way home? I think it's the latter.
It's the latter. Yeah, but for all intents and purposes, as far as, you know, the general public knows, Captain America is no more. But yes, he is currently back in time because he chose not to come back after the events of Endgame.
Right. He stayed with Peggy, essentially. Now I wonder how they're gonna, because I see Sharon Carter in the picture, so it's like, how are they gonna work her in 5 more episodes? And what are they gonna do with her character? And we didn't even see her at all in this episode. It was just, you know, each individual guy's struggle and how it's eventually going to bring them together, which, like you said in the beginning, hon, they need to step on it because...
Yes, they've got, again, the same with WandaVision, they have got a limited time to tell this story. But again, the cast is strong. I like Anthony Mackie. I think he is a good actor.
I like Anthony too. He's funny as hell. I love all of his bloopers from the Avengers films.
Yeah, he does seem like one of those people that actually enjoyed being the character. You know, he enjoyed being part of the MCU, which is kind of nice to see. But yeah, the opening scene just kind of goes to prove just how competent he actually is. You know, he uses the Red Wing, he's deflecting missiles, he's rescuing the hostage. You know, he's doing all this and relaying to the ground what's going on and trying not to get across the border because he knows if he does that, then all bets are off. You know, you can't follow them. So it went right down to the wire.
Oh my God. Yeah, it totally did. And Battle Hymn hated that scene, by the way. I'm like, Battle Hymn, easy. It's a TV show. Calm down. It's okay. We still love you.
Yeah, I don't think it's particularly realistic, as Battle Hymn says, but it was still fun to watch, and I'll take it. And good afternoon, Low Spec Linux Laptop and Loki. Good afternoon,
Hi
boss. Good to
guys.
see you.
Good to see
Welcome.
y'all.
But yeah, good opening scene. Great to see, Falcon doing what he should be doing, and but it does kind of bring up the question, and it was brought up in the trailer because those scenes were shown in the trailer. If his wings already are bulletproof, what's the point in having shield?
Yeah, exactly. So, aren't his wings made out of the same thing at this point? Out of vibranium?
That I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know the
that I'm not
characters
sure
that
of
well.
either. Colin, look that up for us, would you please? Because I'm
Mark,
curious now. Or Mark, if you're awake.
Josh.
Boys, if you're still there, look it up for us. Because I was looking at them and I'm like, what would he be doing with Cap's shield anyway? He's got wings. Wings that can sub for a shield.
Yes, and wings that actually cover all of him rather than a relatively small shield.
Right. Well, like Wonder Woman's wings in 1984 in that suit she had. So yeah, I'm like, what?
But I'm sure they'll explain it, and the other thing is, obviously, we already know from in-game that he is going to be the next Captain America. It's who the shield was passed on to. So we're just kind of dragging our heels at the moment to get to the point.
Yeah. Well, what killed me was there's this C-130 that is still flying out of control, and I'm like, where's the plane?
Just kept on going. It's fine.
It kept on going and crashed in Libyan airspace. Like, oh, okay, great. We never covered that.
That might be an issue, because the pilot was dead and it was on autopilot, and yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? All of a sudden it was just gone. I'm like, well, I guess we're not going to talk about that. All right. Let's see. We've got Unicornium. That's funny. Battle him. Generalissimo Jefe says, I think it's symbolism of the shield, the Captain American-ness of whoever deserves to carry it. Yeah.
I'd agree with that. It is a symbol. Absolutely. I was just thinking more from a practical stance,
Yeah.
It's just another piece of metal that he's going to be carrying around if these wings already protect him.
Well, Wendy Vega says there could be vibranium. Colin P. Smith says vibranium or unobtainium. And then Mark says that in the comics they were titanium and mylar. That was my guess from when he originally got the suit. When he was in the Air Force. And testing it.
Yes. And Colin says, I wonder if the head terrorist survived the fall or not. Probably. I would imagine so. I don't think that's the last we've seen of that particular character, but
I don't think so either.
Again, from a practical point, yeah, I think he would have splatted or landed in Libya.
Colin P. Smith says, whoever is worthy shall carry the shield of Cap. Oh, it's like the
Excalibur.
Hammer. and Excalibur, yeah. Fourth hammer. Mew Mew. That was one thing that just kind of eked at me for a little bit. I'm like, what the hell where's the airplane? Okay, never mind. We're moving on to another scene. Forget it.
Bucky time. That's it. We're done.
Yeah, it's time for Bucky. Time to have a little bit of flashback. And Bucky has been pardoned.
He has.
For all his actions as Winter Soldier. But he has to meet with a therapist. I'm like, oh God, Bucky in therapy. This is going to be great.
And he's fighting it every step of the way.
Oh God, and it was funny too. I'm like, okay, you got me to giggle a couple good times. Thank you for that.
Sebastian Stan is surprisingly funny in a kind of deadpan sort of way.
Yes. But the scene was good.
Mm-hmm.
It set the stage for what he's essentially up to and how he's living in the world and having,
Yes.
dealing with the nightmares and
the guilt that he carries.
yeah. And then trying to go back and, as part of his deal, make the amends.
Mm-hmm.
To kind of right the wrongs, I guess.
Yes. And he does it in his own unique kind of way.
Yeah.
If this is going to be kind of like a buddy cop, it's going to be a good cop, bad cop scenario. You can kind of see that coming. Bucky is most definitely going to be bad cop.
Yeah, definitely. Because, like I said earlier, those two have a chemistry that is just like, they just hate each other. Pat S. Poor Bucky has PTSD and freezer burn.
He does. He does. Bless him. And even to see the nightmare that he has, this that kind of plagues him.
Yes.
That kind of plays back and is brought kind of to the forefront in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was really well done, actually.
Yeah. And Battle Hymn says, I like the Bucky Barnes scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like the Bucky better than I did Falcon, I've got to admit.
Yeah.
Other than the
Yeah,
opening.
I didn't want to see the background. I mean, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Got to save the sister. Got to save the family business. Got to go to the bank and get a loan. And that whole scene, I'm kind of skipping ahead a little bit, but that whole scene was just like, it's going to be woke. And it was.
It was, yeah. That was the only probably woke double that I really saw. But
yeah. But it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't. No, it was fine. It was fine. But just going back to Bucky and his talk with the therapist, just the back and forth that those two had, where he won't tell her anything, so she gets out the notebook to start writing things down, and he's like,
that's passive aggressive. Okay.
Yeah. Really? Notebook? Okay. I'll open up a
I
little
laughed
bit.
at that.
And then she goes through his phone. It's like, you've got 10 numbers here. That's really sad.
That is really sad. Yeah, that is just so sad. And tosses it back to him, and he's just like, what?
Get some friends, Bucky.
Yeah, start to live in the verse, you know?
I did kind of giggle when they're talking about the 3 rules that he has to follow.
Yes.
In regards to him being pardoned and taking down these people that he's got on his list. So the first rule was don't do anything illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Which he breaks by hacking into a car with a
right away.
The second rule, he's not supposed to hurt anyone, which he rightly points out, if it's that important, should technically be the first rule.
Yes.
She also breaks.
Which he also breaks, and because he punches a guy in the face. I'm like, oh, Bucky, you're batting 1,000, babe.
And then the third rule is he's no longer supposed to behave as the Winter Soldier.
Right.
He is Bucky, and he's supposed to make amends for what he's done in the past.
Right.
And that's the part that he's struggling with, because obviously his demons still haunt him, what he's done.
Oh, yeah. It's going to. I mean, it has to. It has to be part of his struggle. Because, I mean, if you remember with Lethal Weapon, Martin was the head case. Riggs was the head case. So, and, we had, Murtaugh is the steady cop, by the book kind of guy. So I think that's what we're going to get here, like Dave, Bob, and Mark said. Oh, Psychodwarf 9 with $5 super chat. Sorry I'm late. I'm making shepherd's pie for gaming group. Bought 3 pumpkin pies. Oh my God, dude.
Ooh, all the pies.
Oh, road trip. Oh, can you send me some airmail?
Just box it up, put it in some Tupperware. It'll keep.
Yeah. As long as the Tupperware burps, you're good to go.
Thank you, Psychodwarf. Thank you, sweetheart.
We really appreciate it. Oh my God. It's Colin P. Smith says not the 3 laws of robotics, but the 3 laws of Buckydom.
It's only 3 rules and he still can't stick to them.
No.
But yeah, I thought that was a pretty funny scene.
Yeah, that was.
And it is good to see him back as Bucky, both as in the flashback or the nightmare as it was as the Winter Soldier, and then as himself now.
Yeah. He looks better, but not, obviously, because he's got, like I said, he's got to be the head case. So
yeah, he's going to be the impulsive one.
That shoots first and asks questions later, which is fine. You know, that's cool.
Would
But
you
go ahead.
Sorry, honey. I was just going to say, would you like to see more of the lady who played the therapist?
Yes, I would. Especially more therapy sessions with Bucky, because that was funny as hell. That was so flippin' funny.
I just like the idea of kind of checking up on him every so often, checking to see if he's added any more numbers to his phone or he's made any new friends.
What's the story with this person, Oh, you finally called Sam back. Oh, okay. Pat S. Anthony Mackie is a great guy in real life. I taught his nephew in New Orleans, and he came to visit after The Hurt Locker came out. He hung all afternoon. No shit. That's really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Anthony Mackie's supposed to be a really awesome dude.
He does. He seems like he's a really, really nice guy.
Yeah.
All the interviews I've seen with him, he comes across as someone who's really genuine.
And Jeff Generalissimo brings up, Lucifer. Yeah, the therapy sessions with Lucifer are the best parts. That's what I've been told. I've never watched Lucifer, so I have no idea.
I'm going to put my hand up and say I've never watched Lucifer either.
Oh, well, we'll cancel Purple and cancel Sammy for not watching Lucifer. I could sit down and watch it. It's on Netflix if I really wanted to, but...
Oh, yeah. Lots to watch, so little time.
I know. Ugh. And somehow I've still got to work in Lord of the Rings. I don't think so.
It's not going to happen. I think
eventually
you watched it and you're just kind of trolling people.
Yeah, really. Now I'm just trolling everybody. Ha ha. I like the scenes between that Asian fellow.
Yuri, yeah.
Yuri, that's it. And Bucky. Because he has a friend. He goes to lunch with him every day or every other week or whatever. I thought that was pretty cool. He asked the girl out for Bucky. Bucky's like, dude.
Well,
tap the brakes, boss.
Time's a wasting, Bucky. Yeah.
He's like, you're not getting any younger. 106. La la la.
But even the connection that they have, obviously, Yuri is grieving for the loss of his son, yes. Which we later find out was the guy that kind of came across Bucky when he was on a mission, and Bucky took him out to leave no witnesses.
Yes. Oh, sorry for the lawn mowing, guys. My neighbor has decided now is the time to mow the grass. So the grass that has not grown, by the way, in the week since he mowed it last and is still brown. So I'm just saying. I apologize for the lawnmower. Battle Hymn 63 goes to lunch with him because he killed his son.
Rule 3. Yes, it's him trying to make amends and be a better person, but still carry around this guilt inside because he knows I can't predict, but I'm guessing that eventually it's going to come out.
Yes.
And he's going to have to deal with the consequences of that.
Yeah. But we got 5 episodes left to do it. So, and Colin P. Smith says, so was I the only one getting Mr. Miyagi vibe here? No, I did too.
A little bit. A little bit of him,
yeah. I was like, oh god, this is fucking awesome. But it was fun banter. back and forth between the characters.
Yes, I did like it when he was raging at the other younger fella for putting his rubbish in his bin.
I
That's a throwdown.
was like, oh, no, you don't put your rubbish in somebody else's bin. That's just a big no-no. You don't do that. And you got busted by Mr. Miyagi.
Oh my gosh.
But
See, that
go ahead.
scene I did like, that kind of whole little chunk with Bucky, I thought was probably the best bit of the episode. Because then we get back to Sam and his kind of backstory and his how he's trying to help his sister. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously Sam disappeared in the blip, so he's been gone for 5 years.
Yeah, he has like no history at that point because I had forgotten actually until that was mentioned that Sam was blipped out. I had to remember that scene where Don Cheadle's character, where War Machine is screaming for him in the woods, and he had just melted away.
Yeah,
I was
all
like,
you see is the last
right.
tiny little bit of ash blowing away.
Yeah. I was like, that's right. He was the blip. I forgot.
And I think it's been touched on in Spider-Man Far From Home and a little bit in WandaVision, but just the whole idea of losing billions of people and then suddenly having them reappear 5 years later. What an absolute catastrophe that would be
that would
for
be
the planet.
Yeah. And I think we're going to see repercussions of that going forward in the MCU. That's why I think they start looking for the multiverse. But I can't guess. I don't know what Marvel's got up its sleeve.
No, it seems like it's such a huge kind of thing in the background, but they haven't quite kind of dealt with how the world is, making amends, or how it's trying to get back on its feet after this. Not just as as economies or as businesses, but as families and as friends and colleagues. All
Brothers,
these
sisters, all this
brothers.
stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, I completely forgot that Falcon was snapped out. I can't believe I forgot that.
Poor Falcon.
I can't. I was like, fuck. Sorry, Sam. Feel for you, buddy.
But you're back now. Yay.
Neat.
And I think we're also forgetting this is taking place at the same time as WandaVision, isn't it?
Yes. The best I could tell. It's like everything's pretty much a clusterfuck.
Yes.
At this point, because of the redoing of the blip. And I don't think was a good idea, obviously, but I've rewatched Endgame enough to go, maybe this wasn't such a great idea, but I get it. I don't know. Anyway, the lawn mowing is really distracting. It's like I want to stick my head out the window and go, could you turn that fucking thing off for at least the next 10 minutes? Thank you. But no country's infrastructure would support sudden doubling of its population. Battle Hymn 63. That's true.
It wouldn't. No, to lose half of the planet's population and then 5 years later have them just reappear would be catastrophic.
Okay, here goes Pat S. I knew he was sitting on this one for a while. I know it. Okay, this is why the bank thing is stupid. One, he would have gone to Navy Federal Credit Union or Liberty Bank, huge black-owned NOLA bank. They would have given him a loan or more likely hired. Yeah, I had to agree with that because he could have gone through the credit union.
Yes. Of all the scenes, that bank scene was the least realistic. I think is the only word to give it. Yeah,
that sounds right.
Given the history of the family, given that the sister was still there and she owned half of the business, she owned half of the boat, she owned half of the the house
Yeah.
and was keeping up payments on it.
Mm-hmm.
And he worked for the government, as he pointed out. You know, he would have. And he's Falcon, for God's sakes. This isn't somebody with a secret identity.
No.
You know, the guy was asking for selfies with him.
Oh my God, that was so lame. Ugh. I was like, what do you do? Okay. Yeah, I got a little bit of a giggle out of me, but what the fuck? The scene seemed out of place.
It
To be
did.
honest.
Yeah. And the reason he said because they had no credit and no paying job history, they were just turned down flat. Well,
yeah.
Again, as Paris pointed out, and as we said, that's not true. You know, it's only a 5-year gap, and it's not like it didn't happen to half of the population on the planet.
Uh-huh.
If that's the case, nobody's getting loans. Nobody's getting.
That's kind of what I said to Generalissimo Jefe. I was just like, well, then nobody should be getting any loans if they were blipped out. There's a part 2 to Pattis' statement. It says, or more likely hired him to be a spokesman for the bank. That's if no Avengers help him with a loan. People in New Orleans have fundraised for him. He's a homeboy. Yeah, that's true.
Yes, he's a hero, and he's clearly very popular. You know, as it proved in the scenes when he was talking to his sister. You know, everybody was wanting to come over and talk to him, and you know, he's very much a people person.
Yeah.
And you know, his family are very close. Clearly, you know, his nephews love him. His sister loves him. You know, his extended family and friends love him. This isn't somebody who would not be able to get help if needed.
Yeah, there would be a way.
Even the family themselves, I think the community would rally around and help.
Exactly. Especially if it's a community-based business, which is what it is. It feeds the community.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the community would rise up and be like, hey, let's help our brothers and sisters out, you know. But they had to turn it a little bit woke, which was kind of upsetting.
Yes. So I don't know whether that was a jab at, you know, kind of capitalism, or whether it was just, you know.
Mark says the bank scene was a jab from Disney. Yeah. Seemed like it. Got to agree with you on that one.
And Paris, or Miss Benson would have hired him as a Saint VIP greeter just to keep him from going to work for our enemies. Get them to see Falcons.
Finished. LOL. Good one, Paris. Nailed it. You're so awesome. Oh my god. Yeah, but and you're right, Battle Hymn 63. You can't marginalize him if he has that much support. Exactly.
No.
But we have to marginalize the black people, which pisses me off.
Yes, and that just in itself, as a scene and as a reason for turning them down, just didn't make any sense. I think it was just a really silly, unnecessary scene.
Yeah, it was a throwaway. That, and what was up with that heist or whatever happened in Switzerland?
Yes.
That was weird.
That was odd.
I'm like, okay, so we're supposed to know who this kid is. He seems like he's really smart, really up on it. Little like Spider-Man, only with not as quirky. Or not as childlike, but he's still... I didn't understand the character's reason for being there any further in the episode than what he was in the beginning.
Yeah, he's intelligence, isn't he? So he's obviously tracking.
I think so.
I'm guessing this is leading towards the resurgence of Hydra.
That's what my guess was as well. It's like, this is a Hydra offshoot that's gonna, you know, cut one tentacle off, you grow another one, right, Darth Aster?
But obviously, we know that Baron is in this because we've seen him in the trailers.
Right.
But yeah, I'm guessing that's what that's going. It's just a resurgence of Hydra. It's going to bring Bucky's past back into the present and slap him in the face with that, and he's got to kind of come to amends with what he's done whilst taking out a new threat.
Mm-hmm.
Because what he was doing before was just taking out Hydra members, that he knew about on his list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think this is going to give Bucky the new purpose, like you were talking about. The new, give him the reason to be the new Captain America. To be honest, because I'd rather see Bucky with the shield.
Yes, it would make
than
more
this
sense.
little twerp that we saw at the end of the episode. I'm just like, yeah, spoiler alert, guys. Oh my god, that was absolutely the most ridiculous thing in the entire world. I mean, even they made it a news story that they bust in at, his sister. What was his sister's name? Oh shit, it just skated right out of my head. Thank you. How could I forget that? Cheese and rice. Anyway, the news story about them, they kind of took the shield from Sam. Then no sooner was it locked up in the Smithsonian as a piece of art and information than it's given to some little shit off the street, so to speak. We don't even know who this little fucker is or if he's worthy to have the shield.
Yes, he's basically just a kind of stand-in Steve Rogers. It's just somebody who they dressed up in the suit. He's almost like a caricature. Because even they say they need a symbol. They don't need Captain America as such, but they need a symbol for something. For people to get
something
behind.
to stand for it.
So it's almost like a PR kind of stunt.
Right. I was just reading that too. Mark the Infinitely Tired. Methinks the strong guy is Steve Rogers as Hydra Cap at Purple Valkyrie and Samantha Joe, calling it here and now. Really, Mark? Okay. Put a pin in that, hon.
Mm-hmm. That would make a lot of sense, especially if they do want a, in quotes, another big reveal, for them to bring in Chris Evans. Would make sense.
If they're going to.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be, what did you call it? The bait and switch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we did see him, well, at least we thought we saw him briefly in a trailer, didn't we?
That's what I thought, yes. And there have been rumors kind of swirling around.
Right. I mean, they kind of did. They showed pictures of Chris Evans, Steve Rogers, Captain America, so they kind of did. Battle Him likes the Hydra Cap theory.
It's a good theory.
It is a good theory.
Mojoverse was a good theory too, but that one didn't pan out. Sorry,
no,
Mark.
that didn't pan out.
But, keep a hold of it.
But the look on Sam's face when he sees that little twerp with the shield is just like was priceless.
It was. It's like, well, shit. He passed on the shield because he felt it didn't belong to him.
Mm-hmm.
And they've just given it to somebody else.
Yeah, some little twerp, we don't even know who this little shit is. It's like, really? I don't... What?
and he even says to James Rhodes, that he felt he didn't deserve to have it. It didn't feel right. It didn't belong to him.
Mm-hmm. And Rhodey's sitting there like, dude, Cap gave it to you, man. You don't think you deserve it? Okay. If you say so. But did he know anything about that?
Mm-hmm.
Because poor Rhodey keeps getting shit on at the expense of the U.S. military, even though he's, lifelong military. Hashtag Mojo Matters. Jesus Christ, Mark. Colin P. Smith. Well, there were a few Hydra references in WandaVision as well. Which order were the two shows originally supposed to be shown in? That's a good question.
I think they're in the correct order.
Okay.
I think it's just the films that got messed up.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that WandaVision was always the first in the line to be released.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen anything that told me otherwise. That, you know, it was out of order or anything weird like that. So the only thing we were missing was, I think we were missing 2 films at this point. No, 1 film at this point.
I think
The
Black
Eternals?
Widow, Eternals, and I think Black Widow we should have had as well by
and
now.
Black Widow, yeah. Jeez. I keep forgetting about it, but
No one does, yeah, because no one cares.
no one cares. I mean, we should have had, we always say this, but we should have had Black Widow after Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
That would have made sense, but no. We put her on the back burner for whatever reason. What happened to Go Women?
Yeah, for as much as they say they want, you know, strong female characters, they clearly didn't have as much faith in Black Widow as a character to do her standalone film until now with the MCU.
MCU. Yeah. I'm surprised nobody's actually said that in the chat yet. Usually that pops up. Spike and Madness, still no mojo. Forget it. Not interested. I know. Right? Spike and Madness, you gotta let that go, man. Never. I know. Hashtag mojo matters.
No, keep hold of that mojo idea, damn it.
Yeah, keep it. Hang on to it. We're gonna need it.
But even
we'll give you the credit.
Black Widow film isn't going to be Scarlett Johansson. She's passing on the torch to a new actress.
Well, she would have to because she's dead. You know?
Yeah, and
she's dead now.
She's dead now and getting on a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, she doesn't look in Endgame the way she did in Iron Man 2. Still gorgeous, but she does not look the same.
No, she does not look the same. Definitely not. Still hot. I'd still hit it. Sorry, I went there. La la la. In Battle Hymn 63, it says the Mojo verse would fix everything.
It really would.
It really would.
Mark.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God, Mark. What does Mark say?
All the TV MCU shows are happening in the wild ways. Mojo and Spiral are turning all the heroes into villains. Hail Hydra, hashtag Mojo matters, hashtag Spiral matters.
Oh, my God.
I think we should just turn the MCU over to Mark and just let him write it, because it would be far more entertaining.
Oh, my God, it would be hilarious. Oh, my God. Even Spike and Matt is LOL Common Smith. Yeah, baby. You could say the MCU. There it is. Lost its mojo.
See what you did there.
Thanks, guys.
But yeah, that's pretty much how the episode ends. So we've got a stand-in placeholder for Steve Rogers with some dude that they've just dressed up in the suit and given the shield to, who I don't think is going to last very long. Just saying.
If confronted, you know.
Because the whole idea, again, why Bucky would have been a better fit is because he can actually throw the shield and catch the shield.
Yes. Pod Racing Palpatine, restore the Mojoverse. And I'm noticing a bit of a pattern emerging where the MCU is trying to become part of the TV universe and not doing very good at it.
No, but I think what they've tried, at least what they tried with WandaVision, I know obviously with the coup, a lot of it you can almost see the cutoff point, as we spoke about a couple of weeks ago, where the show kind of stumbles once you get to about episode 5, when all the hassle with the filming started. They are really, really trying to tie in this phase 4 with the TV and use the TV series as a springboard into the films, because I don't think that the hype is there for phase 4 the way it has been for the previous phases.
No, there's not nearly the hype. And we can blame the coup for that, but still, even before Black Widow was finished before COVID-19 hit.
Mm-hmm.
There was no reason it couldn't be released. It would have lost money. That's probably why they didn't do it. But still, Pat S, better than WandaVision, Purple and Sammy? What better than WandaVision?
The first episode of this?
No.
No. I liked first episodes of WandaVision better.
Yeah.
Because it was a more interesting concept. I think if you love the characters of Bucky and Falcon, you're going to enjoy this.
Yeah.
Like we said, the production value is great. You know, the cast have great chemistry. It was really lovely to see Don Cheadle again.
Yeah, it was great to see Don Cheadle again. I hope we get to see more of Rhodey, to be honest. Because I love Rhodey.
Eventually, we are going to see at least a cameo of Chris Evans. I think he's going to be back. You know, if he is back as Hydra Cap, like the chat we're talking, that would be an interesting swing on it. But for me, it just didn't grab me, and I kind of knew that was going to be the case because of all the shows that have been announced. This was one of the ones that I was like, meh.
Nah, yeah, we were both indifferent to it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Will I watch it next week? Probably, because there's nothing else on. But will we review it? Probably not. We'll probably mention it on Monday mornings, you know, give it a couple of minutes on the show, but, you know, probably not. I mean, it just doesn't seem to be... It's not that interesting. Probably because of the way we felt going into it when they announced all that. We were kind of like, oh, okay, man.
Yes. I think a lot of people, I know R&B has really loved it. It's gotten really good reviews from the people that enjoyed it, but it's like you either love it or you're indifferent towards it, I think.
Indifferent, yeah.
Whereas WandaVision seemed to really, really hype everybody up and caught everybody's attention, especially with all the Easter eggs and the theories that we're coming up with, and that fell flat. And I think this coming straight in off the back of WandaVision and the disappointment of that show, I think maybe that's kind of had a little bit of an effect on people as well.
I know it did on me. Because it really soured the milk as far as I was concerned. I was like, yeah, no.
And it might even with Loki going into that show, which is coming up after in June.
I was going to say it's May or June, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, not long after this one airs. And we only have, what did the press release say, 6 episodes?
Yep, 6 episodes of this.
Okay. And they're hopefully going to stay an hour long. I mean, I'm hopeful for the show to do well, but I just, with everybody being so sour after WandaVision, I doubt it.
And I don't know whether they will do this the way they did with WandaVision, but there wasn't any post-credit scenes, at least not for this episode.
Yeah, I did watch and was like, are there an end credit scene? Mid-credit scene? Anything? This is Marvel.
Again, they credited the hell out of this TV series.
Oh my god.
Jim J, welcome. Good to see
Jim
you.
J. Yeah, going worker by the minute. Yeah. That's what I'm worried about.
But we'll keep an open mind with it, as we always do. And we would never tell people, you know, don't watch this, it was terrible. It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't something that grabbed our attention. It'll be a kind of casual watch. And as Sammy said, if we do mention it, it'll be maybe 5-10 minutes during one of our shows. We'll just do a quick recap of what went before, rather than you know, give up one of our shows to reviewing it.
Yeah, we'll find something else to do.
We will.
More interesting.
I don't think we could give you guys a decent enough time. Make it fun for you to keep going with it.
Yeah. Pod Racing Palpatine, which one? Oh, wait a second. Where's Captain Britain? Oh, and Jim J says the blip equals race now. Yeah, somebody else said that. I read it somewhere. I forget where now.
So I
But
think the blip, at least in the TV shows, they're going to have to use a lot more and kind
yeah.
of show how everyday people dealt with it, not
Mhm.
just the heroes. I think
Right.
because it was such a cataclysmic thing that happened.
Ugh.
It's
Yeah.
something that they're gonna have to keep going back to.
They're gonna have to, because the blip was the blip. I mean, it was huge. It was the whole reason for Endgame. Oh, and there he goes with the leaf blower. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. We can wrap it up.
Oh yeah, it's almost the top of the hour, guys. MMCU Phase 1 X-Men Children of the Atom is my first movie. Oh, that's right. You said you needed Chris and Clobby.
Yes, the dream team to
Dream
take over the
team.
MCU.
Oh my god, yeah, guys. Shit. That would actually be really freaking epic.
It was. And hello, Lemon Pie. Good to see
Hey,
you.
Lemon Pie. Oh my
Welcome.
god. Speaking of sour, Lemon Pie comes in. Nice.
Hey, good to see you, honey. Welcome. But yeah, on the whole, it was fun to watch it. Fast pacing, really good
Mhm.
production value, and the cast, from what we saw, did really well. I think
Mhm.
once we do get the two together and they can play off each other, that's when the fun's gonna start.
That's when we get the buddy cop movie. That's when we get Lethal Weapon. Which, like I said, I'll still watch it. Are we going to review it? Probably not. But I still want to see what happens. I'm just not, like, if I miss an episode, I'm not going to sweat over it. It's not going to be a big deal.
Not
Because I
gonna
can
be
catch, yeah,
on
it's
board.
not going to end the whole series for me if I miss a couple of episodes. I mean, I did that with Resident Alien. I missed a couple episodes, went back, watched them, caught up. Okay, great. But I'm not, it's not must-see TV. I'm not sitting down Wednesday night to watch it on
Same, yeah.
Sci-Fi.
I haven't got the same urge that I did going into WandaVision, and I'm not going to
No.
be avoiding all social media because of spoilers.
Yeah,
But
it's like, I'm not staying off Instagram and Twitter just to remain spoiler free. It was hard enough staying off of Twitter for a couple of days just to get past the Snyder Cut, fellas. I mean, come on. Third movie, a villain movie, Doom the Tyrant. Nice, Mark.
see, he's got it all planned out.
Genius. Oh, second movie is Fantastic Four, Dawn of Heroes. Cool.
Honestly, I believe that only you guys can give us a decent Fantastic Four film.
Fantastic Four. Yeah, because everybody else has tried and failed. I mean, that was.
And I know that film's way in the future, but I'm still nervous about it. I was like, oh god, they're
I
gonna
can't
mess it up
believe they're doing
again.
it again.
They're
Yeah.
gonna do it again.
It's like, great. Okay. Marvelous. And Mark says, damn, I'm actually doing this on the fly.
Hashtag give Mark the MCU.
I love that.
And welcome aboard. Absolutely. Thank you, honey.
Oh, thank you, Pod Racing Palpatine, for welcoming Lemon Pie. That was very sweet.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday afternoon. We really appreciate it. Now, everybody go outside and play, because at least in the South, it's really nice here today.
Ooh, nice.
For those of you who are in the dark, well, go to bed.
Yes, the sun has set. It is dark at the moment, so that's it. We're done.
What's it? 8 o'clock? 9 o'clock yet?
8 o'clock, yeah.
8 o'clock. That's right. You guys haven't set your clocks ahead yet.
No, that's really going to confuse things when we go back to being 6 hours apart again.
I know. Just let me know when that happens. Give me a heads up.
I will.
So I can reset my clock inside and go, okay, she's 6 hours different now. Okay, pay attention.
Put an hour back.
Put an hour back on there. Okay, we'll do. So what else? What do we got coming up?
Well, tomorrow we've got our kind of news roundup, haven't we, that we do? And
Yeah.
we've still got the article that we were going to talk about that you found, so we can cover
Yes.
that tomorrow.
Yes, I've got to go back and find it. That was okay. MacGyver. Enough said. Okay, not a huge spoiler, but MacGyver. Enough said.
Later on in a little bit, I'm going to be joining Crimson Mist on his show. Not
Awesome.
Crimson Mist, sorry, Cardinal Sin. Sorry,
Cardinal
sweetheart.
Sin.
Cardinal Sin on his show for a while, so that should be fun.
That's gonna be awesome.
And for anyone in Valhalla, we've got a Discord meeting, I think, later.
Yeah, there's supposed to be tonight, this evening, rather.
Yep.
Okay. I thought so, but I couldn't remember. I'm like, what day is this? It's Sunday,
Yes.
Sam. Yes, it's daytime.
Yes.
All right, everybody. So till tomorrow, we will see you in the morning. If not, we will see you later on. I almost said Captain Spire, Cardinal Sin's channel. Cardinal Sin, I apologize. Ugh, I cannot get with it today. I'm sorry, guys. Oh my God, bonk's head against microphone. But we will see you later. Either way, and definitely tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, our usual time.
We will, absolutely. Have a great weekend, guys, and I'm going to leave you with the little outro that I made.
Yeah. Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.